Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Additionally, consider subscribing to my Patreon to get access to these features, and much more. It was a Saturday morning. Mum was at work, and Dad had gone shopping before visiting his mother and dropping off her groceries. He didn't get back until after 12 o'clock, giving me several hours to dress before he returned. During this time, I decided to borrow some of Mum's clothes, my favorites being a white bra, black skirt, and a white blouse. Though I was only 12, I hadn't started growing hair, so my legs looked smooth and well kept. The only issue was that Mum's clothes were too big, so I decided it was time to go shopping for my own. I woke up early, showered, and wrapped myself in a towel as I went into Mum's room. I found some undergarments and, for the first time, used a tampon. It made me feel more feminine, like real girls. I was always amused when buying them. People would sometimes look at me oddly, but I didn't care. I put on the undergarments, then painted my nails pale blue to match my jacket, which I had bought weeks ago. At that time, I was a mod tight jeans, a polo shirt, a silk pilot jacket, and Doc Martens, so I dressed similarly to not attract attention while out in the neighborhood. A couple of girl mods I knew dressed like this as well. I found some jewelry, gold hoop earrings, a silver chain, and 2 rings from Mum's jewelry box and added them to my bag. The earrings looked good even without pierced ears, though they did leave a bit of a mark. I left the house, making sure to hide my painted nails from the bus driver. In town, I headed to a quiet alley, where I applied the earrings, rings, chain, and makeup I had been practicing with for weeks. Feeling nervous, I walked up the busy high street, hoping no one would recognize me. I entered Debenhams, heading straight to the ladies' room to check my makeup and freshen up. After some reassurance, I wandered to the girls' fashion department, choosing a red knee-length dress with a white collar that buttoned up at the back. I tried it on in the changing room, feeling incredibly nervous as I removed my clothes. The dress looked fantastic, though I noticed I didn't have enough shape in the front to fill it out. I spent what felt like forever admiring myself in the mirror before I changed back and hung the dress up. When I exited the changing room, a woman asked if I wanted to buy it. I declined, leaving the dress with her and moving to the underwear section. I was looking at bras and panties when a shop assistant approached. "Can I help you?" she asked. I shook my head, not wanting to draw attention. She stepped back, helping another customer, which gave me some relief. I continued browsing, determined to find my own set of undergarments. The assistant returned, looking at me knowingly. I froze, thinking she had figured me out. "Are you sure you've got the right size?" she asked. "No," I replied, feeling nervous. "Well, let's measure you to make sure you get the right fit," she said. The assistant led me to one of the changing rooms and asked me to remove my top. Nervously, I turned my back and took off my jacket and polo shirt, still carrying some of what Mum and Dad called puppy fat, which gave my chest the appearance of developing chest. The assistant asked me to turn around, avoiding eye contact as she placed the tape measure around my chest and took the first measurement. After adjusting the tape slightly, she measured again, then moved on to measure my hips. She told me I was a 32A with 30-inch hips. She then asked which bra I was interested in. I pointed to the plain one on the bottom row. The assistant left the room and returned with 3 bras in my size. I started with the one I had chosen. With trembling hands, I slipped my arms through the straps she held out. She pulled them up over my shoulders, fastened the clasp, and adjusted the straps. The bra fit quite well, and I had the beginning of a cleavage. The assistant asked if it felt comfortable. I told her it was a little tight around the middle. She made a few adjustments, and it felt much better. She offered me the chance to try on one of the other bras. One was similar to the first, white cotton with small blue and yellow daisies. The other was a creamy satin with a delicate lace trim. Feeling too nervous, I declined and asked if I could simply take the one I was wearing. She asked if I planned to wear it home, but I told her no and took it off. She left with the other bras, and I changed back into my own clothes.
Once dressed, I went back to the display and picked out a pack of 3 matching panties, now confident I knew my size. I went to the checkout where the assistant who had helped me was serving. She packed up my purchase, and I paid before leaving to catch the bus home. On the bus, I went to the back seat, which was thankfully empty, and removed all the jewelry. However, I had to leave the makeup on. Once off the bus, I ran quickly home to avoid anyone seeing my makeup. When I got home, I went straight upstairs and tried on my new items. I walked around the house in my new bra and panties, then replaced the borrowed items, removed my makeup and nail polish, and took off the tampon. Finally, I relieved myself in private. I hid the bras, panties, nail polish, and a box of tampons under the floorboards in my bedroom. After changing into the same clothes I had worn earlier, but without the feminine touches, I sat down with a cup of coffee, feeling a sense of guilt. I thought for sure Dad would know what I had done, but of course, he didn't. To this day, I still wonder if the shop assistant knew I was a boy and was just humoring me, or if they truly thought I was a girl. I'll never know, but I will always remember this day.